You're watching Sight, guys. This is Stephen. Today we have Ben with us to talk a bit about his company, Scholastic Chess, a company that develops and offers chess programs to students in and outside of classroom. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you, Stephen.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, tell us a bit about your background in chess.
Well, that goes way back to, I think it was like 6 or 7 years old when I first picked up the game of chess. It was actually it was a game introduced to me by my dad. My dad bought this very exquisite chess set with a wooden board, porcelain chess pieces.
Wow.
Apparently he likes it.
Yeah.
And he just bought a book for me. I said, go ahead and, you've only played this game. You have to learn it on your own.
Okay.
And I actually, at that time, at that age, I started to begin learning how to read, and I find that the game was very interesting, and I started to learn the game through reading. And then I ended up joining a chess club in school. And after a while, I realized that through practice, and I was like playing with my friends, and I was beating them left and right.
You're becoming very good in it.
And then I started playing in tournaments, and did pretty well. And I continued playing throughout my school years and through university. And during my university years, I actually volunteered to teach kids in a local school. Local in California, in Berkeley actually, to kids in Berkeley, the game of chess.
You became an instructor.
And I guess that was my first experience as an instructor.
Yeah.
I didn't really think of it that way, but that was yes.
Was it a good experience?
It was a very pleasant experience.
Oh, yes.
Well, let's put it this way: if it wasn't a pleasant experience, I wouldn't be doing this.
Good, good. What
Yes.
are the rewards of being of like instructing kids in the game of chess? It could be tedious, right? It could be, you need a lot of patience for it, and I think they are novice. They know nothing about it, so you have to start from square one, the basics. So, where is the pleasure of doing this?
Okay, I think there are several aspects to us. We have, both Scholastic Chess and myself have experience with children who have absolutely no exposure to chess, and then through a short period of time, seeing them being able to play the game independently, all on their own, that gratification is very fulfilling. Separately, for children who know how to play chess, and being able to help them to become much better chess player, seeing that improvement in maturity and skills and chess playing, that is also very satisfying personally.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And that is the drive for you to start this business, right?
Yes. That is seeing that improvement,
Yes.
and sharing my love of chess. That was the driving motivation, driving force behind the Scholastic Chess.
Okay. Now, Ben, we see the game of chess or chess in advertisements, in films, in TV series a lot,
Yes.
right? Even in Hong Kong. But in real life in Hong Kong, not a lot of people have first-hand experience about chess, and a lot of people, they don't know nothing about chess. But why is this discrepancy? Can you explain it?
I think the biggest reason behind this gap between seeing it in commercials, whereas the everyday life you don't see a lot of people playing chess, is really just more of a cultural difference. In some cultures, in some countries, chess is something that is widely played, and kids learn. All kids learn at a very young age.
You mean like Russia, right? In Russia,
That's a national sport.
Yeah.
Yes, but even outside of Russia, in most European countries, in the U.S., most kids will actually know how to play chess at a young age. Whether they continue playing actively or not at a later stage, I mean, that's really up to the individual players and children. Yes, I think let's try in many countries, chess is generally introduced to the kids by the parents or grandparents.
Oh, just like in your case, your father, right?
Right. So that was usually it would be someone in the family who already knows how to play the game, and introduce it to the youth or the youngsters. Okay. Whereas in Hong Kong, because the culture is that most families do not know how to play chess. So they would have to, they feel that there's a need to get someone else to teach a game to the children, because the parents and grandparents don't know how to play. And that's it's a fact of life. That is a cultural differences. So for a lot of families who don't know how to play the game, and let's say they don't have the resources to have outsiders to introduce a game to their children, then the kids grow up not knowing the game.
But actually, to play a game of chess, you just need the chessboard and the
You know,
chess pieces, isn't it?
It is very ironic. The game of chess has been around for more than 1,500 years.
Wow.
And to play the game, you don't need batteries.
Yeah.
You you don't need batteries.
You don't need your mobile phone to do it.
You don't need your mobile phone. There are no consumables.
Yeah.
All you need is a chess set. And the cost of a chess set can be had for about the cost of a coffee and a pastry.
Really?
That's as low as that. You can get it. You can get a chess set, and without losing the pieces, that chess set can last for forever.
Oh, yeah.
So the cost, I'll call the barriers to playing the game, is actually very low.
It's mainly a cultural barrier thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, once they overcome this cultural barrier, they expose to it, and the kids love game of chess. Okay.
Yes.
What are the benefits to them in terms of skill acquisition? Okay, in terms of their mental abilities, in terms of their social skills. Can you name some of those benefits that why kids should get involved with chess playing?
Okay. First, I hope kids get involved with chess playing because they enjoy it.
Oh, that's
okay,
the
first
the
and
drive
foremost.
behind this, the passion thing. Right?
Yes. Now, what are some of the positive side effects? Some of the call the positive externalities.
Yes.
Number one, it is a game of analytics. Chess is a game that involves analytical thinking. Through that, a child or any player of any age gets practice in terms of analyzing, taking in relevant information, or excluding irrelevant information, and come up with a decision. That practice helps a person in situations that requires analytical thinking outside of chess. Part two, the game of chess actually helps improve a person's self-control and emotional control. Because in chess, you have to prepare or plan, and even though you may be provoked by your opponent on the chessboard, but you have to follow your plan in order to have successful results.
Okay.
And that kind of emotional control is very relevant for any age, but in particular for youngsters in their daily lives, because emotional outbursts generally don't have very good consequences.
Yeah. Yes.
At a minimum, your parents probably will, complain or scold you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
This is actually the element of emotion control.
Yes.
Is one of the factors for success in later stages in life, right? In any line of work.
Some psychologists and some researchers believe that. I'll leave that to other experts.
Okay, good. And then the third benefit they want to go into?
The social aspect. Now, in the game of chess, yes, when you play, assuming you're playing over the board, that means in person, not online.
Okay.
There will be interactions before,
Yeah.
with your player, as well as interactions after the game.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the game, the three possible results: win, lose, or draw.
Okay.
Now, let's say the win and losing, which is in most kids' games, that's the most likely result.
Okay.
There will be a winner and there will be a loser. If you're a bad, lousy winner or a sore loser, you're not going to have too many games and too many friends over time. So it is an opportunity to build the social etiquette and how to learn to be a gracious winner,
a team player,
and a good loser.
Yeah.
Now, there is one thing that I notice is that some parents focus on the benefits of chess to their children. For example, improving their analytical thinking, improving their communication skills, improving their social skills and emotional control.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be very good chess players to get that kind of benefit. Every chess player can benefit from that. There are other parents who focus really on the like I call competitive prizes.
So they win prizes, so they win in tournaments, right?
For example.
Yeah.
And what happens is that we've noticed that children tends to be happier, tends to be more joyful when the parents are focusing on the former rather than the latter. So that is a significant difference.
Okay.
Yes.
I know that besides programs like classes, okay, you also run what, tournaments? Yeah, tell us a bit about those competitive tournaments, okay?
Yes.
How are they organized and why do you organize them?
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Well, first, we in addition to running group programs in schools and outside of schools and private one-on-one sessions, we also have monthly tournaments for students, for student players, and not just our students. Anybody who's under 18 years old can register for our tournaments.
Okay, so they don't need to be your students, huh?
They do not have to be our students.
Okay, good.
The reason why we have these programs is to provide an avenue for the students to play in an environment where we're equal to international tournament standards. They are basically giving them an opportunity to experience how the game is played at the world stage.
You mean the tournaments are organized in such a way that even like Bobby Fischer and Kasparov, they will play in similar situations and environment, right?
Yes, basically in a similar environment.
Okay. Yeah.
So these children can get a taste of how it would be like as an adult, as a professional player. So it's really an opportunity as like a stepping stone for them, try and give them encouragement. And more importantly, we'll actually arrange our tournaments in the fashion where the players are divided based on their skills, not based on age.
Okay.
So you brought up Bobby Fischer, which is one of the historically famous chess player who actually ranks highly even when he was a young kid.
Yeah.
So if you put a prodigy, a very talented young player, with players of the same age, it's no fun for him. It's no fun for his opponent. On the other hand, by having our tournaments grouped based on skill level, every single player with every single game, they're going to feel like I have a 50-50 chance of winning or losing.
So the pressure is there, right? The excitement and anxiety will be there, right?
We try to replicate an international tournament experience for the children.
Oh, I can imagine that would be a very good experience for them because they'll be learning the skills in real life situation and be able to apply them in other life situations, right?
Yes.
But what if, like, I have a kid and my kid doesn't go to the schools that have the programs that you have to offer? I can't sort of change my kid to another school just for the chess program. So what other options do I have if I want to enlist him in one of the programs? So what do I do? Okay.
Well, in addition to programs inside schools, we actually have group programs outside of schools.
Okay.
On the Hong Kong Island, on the Kowloon side, and New Territories. Yeah. We also have, let's say, those group programs for whatever reason, because I know kids in Hong Kong have a lot of activities, and let's say there's a schedule conflict. We also have a one-on-one coaching with our coaches.
The one-on-one program, compared to those you offer in schools, how do they differ, the two of them? How do they, like, in terms of the content, in terms of the quality of instruction, is there any difference between them?
Well, with a one-on-one program, obviously with 100% attention of the coach, the program will be tailored to the individual students. Yeah. And the speed at which a student can learn generally would be faster. Oh. But in terms of the fun factor, group sessions are always more fun.
Oh, the kids, they love to play in a group, Yes. Yeah, okay. And then they can make friends in the groups too, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yes. Now, what if, like, I have kids, but I can't afford, my kids are not in the schools that offer the programs, and then I can't afford the one-on-one tuition. So is there any other options for
Yes.
me. Yeah.
We actually, as part of our community outreach program, we actually have free programs for children.
Yeah.
The reason we have these outreach programs is consistent, and it's basically really for spreading the benefits of chess to children
mission,
in Hong Kong.
the mission of the company. Yeah.
Now, what we have done is that on Saturday afternoons, over at Watermark Community Center in Sai Ying Pun on High Street, on Saturdays at 2:30 to 4, we have an outreach program for anybody who wants to learn the game of chess.
Oh.
And so we have an area for true beginners to learn from nothing to become a full-fledged chess player. And then we have other areas for called the novice/intermediate players to improving the skills. And we even have an area for called the parents' lounge.
Oh. So it's just not only for kids, right? For adults too, right?
Yes, the parents are welcome to hang out in our area, in our parents' lounge.
Okay.
Where we have like brownies, muffins, coffee, and tea.
So everybody can come?
Basically,
Everybody
yes.
invited?
Stephen, you're invited to come.
Okay, good.
All right. So, now, all this is made possible
Yeah.
because of the sponsorship of Watermark Church, which is the church actually I go to.
Oh,
so
okay. But do your outreach program, does it include elderly people?
We also have outreach. Well, this is one very interesting story. We have an outreach program with a senior center, this Lady MacLeod Senior Center.
Okay.
And the intent was we basically volunteer our time to introduce a game of chess to seniors in their senior center.
Yeah.
And that was one of the summers. And one very interesting thing happened is that on one particular day, when we were scheduled to have our session in one of the rooms, apparently there was some booking conflict, and we got kicked out of the room.
Okay.
Okay, understood. I said, no problem. We'll just do it in the hallway, because we'll continue the chess program in the hallway. What I did not realize until that day was that the building was actually shared with another group, another organization that deals with youth and kids.
Okay, it's separate groups, right?
Separate groups, separate groups. We just happen to be share the same building.
Okay.
And in the hallway, these kids, like as they walk past, saw these seniors playing chess. And before you know it, the seniors are now teaching the game of chess to young kids. I mean, I was like,
You were players and instructors at the same time, right?
yeah. Well, the good thing about this is that chess, as I've mentioned earlier, it is an opportunity to bridge people from different backgrounds, and different age, different language, different nationalities.
Ben, I know you are from an education and early childhood education background. How does that help you in your new business?
Well, first, because Scholastic Chess does involve with coaching and teaching children from primary school through secondary school. I do see and be able to put in practice when I basically as a coach some of the theories and practices that I learned from education and early childhood education. So I seeing that value when I look for coaches. I try to look for coaches who also have some of that experience, either through teaching or through academic studies. Okay. And of course, teaching is definitely hands-on experience is always superior. And yes, our coaches generally have experiences working with children, school-age children, and that is why I believe the development and research in childhood psychology helps a coach or teacher to be a better leader and instructor for the children.
Okay. Wow, it definitely shows that you have a great passion for chess play, right?
Well, yes.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank
Ben.
you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen.
So much for now. We'll come back with other great stories.